Hi, Siri. I'm looking for a new podcast, one that preferably is hosted by a UF Hall of Famer, one that airs every weekday that would bring me everything I need to know about the Florida Gators, including news, analysis, and opinions. Siri, is there such a show?
Have you heard of PodUp with Matthews in the morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or any podcast platform?
Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? UF Hall of Famer Shane Matthews has a show every weekday. I'm going to go check it out tomorrow. Thanks, Siri.
Good morning. It's a live edition of PodUp with Matthews in the morning from the Crime Prevention Security System Studios, large enough to serve you, small enough to care. It is a Wednesday hump day. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. It is PGA Championship week. If you missed it last night, the Denver Nuggets take a 3-2 lead over the T-Wolves, win 3 straight games. And the Knicks take a 3-2 series lead over the Pacers. Not a whole lot going on in the sports world, quite honestly. But we're going to go talk to a guy who always has something to say, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. JC, you're on the Titan More Hotline, courtesy of Comfort Temp. Speaking of Comfort Temp Heating and Air is looking for an enthusiastic, motivated comfort specialist, similar to JC, to join their team. A $1,000 signing bonus after 90 days, awesome benefits, and the opportunity to grow with the winning team. Apply today at ComfortTemp.com. Comfort Temp Heating and Air. Comfort is our business. Peace of mind is our promise.
Right.
JC, good morning.
Hey, buddy, you forgot the big hockey game last night down in Fort Lauderdale where the Bruins stay alive. I know you poo-poo that, but believe it or not, people do watch it. And the Edmonton Oilers tied the Vancouver Canucks. So today, the place to be at 9:30 in the morning would be West Lafayette, Indiana, because the Fighting Gators, the defending national champions, my man, are going to be in a threesome with they're going to be playing with New Mexico and Mississippi State, I read. And that's important because the top 5 teams in the regional will advance to the NCAA in California, the finals. And Florida is right there at 5. And they are
I thought they were in 4th place.
Well, they are 1 stroke behind the Lobos, and the Lobos are -3, Florida's -2. But Mississippi State is lurking at +2, so they are 4 behind in 6th. And you have to be in the top 5. So Mississippi State, New Mexico, and Florida all going to be battling today on the course in West Lafayette for that last spot because it looks pretty safe. The Arizona at 9 under, Purdue at 15, and Vanderbilt at 16 are going to be in Carlsbad, California next week. So that's a big deal because as defending champions, having lost some great golfers, for J.C. Deacon to be able to get them back to the the NCAA finals would be quite an accomplishment, win, lose, or draw, basically. That would be quite an exceptional thing to go back-to-back to the NCAA finals. So that's a big deal. Carlsbad, California, on May 24th, 29th is where the finals are going to be. The championships at the Omni La Costa. What a place. I've been there. It is fantastic. And hopefully the Gators can play well today, secure that ticket to go out to California.
Yeah,
and
to make it simple for people, they're in 5th place now. The top 5 advance. They have a 4-shot lead over the 6th place Mississippi State Bulldogs.
What did I just say, QB?
You gave a scenario where I just made it very simple for people.
Anyway, so okay, well that's good. You did what they call the Cliff Notes version, I suppose. I like to talk it out a little bit. Then we've got, we've got softball team hosting, and I was looking at if they get through. I was looking at Tim Walton's record as a softball coach at Florida. He has taken the Gators. I read something, and you can tell me if this is wrong, but I think this is right. 17 out of 18 NCAA regionals.
Yeah, and he's been here 20 years. I think they've been to the College World Series 14 years. That's what I mean. It's silly when people even doubt what's going on over there. But this is one of his better teams. We had him on yesterday. He feels really, really good about this team, especially offensively. Got the 2 freshman pitchers. Look,
and they got
crazy things can happen in postseason play, but I expect them to be playing the Lady Raging Cajuns here next weekend to go to OKC, and I expect them to go to Oklahoma
Yeah,
City.
the Raging Cajuns are 13th seeded, so they're in the top 16, but they're probably not. If Florida plays their game, listen, they got the orange pinstripe shirts, so jerseys. I watched replay of the Missouri game.
They have more uniform combinations than I think the Oregon Ducks.
I think it's great. So today I'm in orange, as you notice, the orange drink and the orange hat, the orange pinstripe shirts. They wear those with the visors that say Florida Cross. Nobody can beat them.
And Dan said, thanks, QB. JC lost me. Yeah, JC, he
Oh,
rambled.
God, come on, Dan. Get out of here. Dan, Dan, listen. It's the Gators, okay? You're excited. They're gonna win it, and they're gonna be in fifth if they can just not explode in West Lafayette this morning. I don't think they will. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Tony said, let's go Gator golf. Aim for the top 3, finish top 5, and move on. Yeah, top 5, all that matters.
Also
got some
good news. Well, yeah, but they're playing against they're with the 2 teams today that are closest to them. So it's going to be an exciting threesome. I guess that's what I should have said. The a couple things that I heard yesterday though that kind of one got me really excited, and that is the Miami game's at 3:30 kickoff. So
are you excited about that, JC?
Well, I'm glad
you're not going to be here, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not. Well, I'm not. It's August 31st.
I thought you were going to be in Madison, Wisconsin. Is that not the opening game?
That's in September.
Oh,
but I've made.
Did you see what time that game was?
I've changed my plans because of that, so I'm not going now. So I'm not going to an 11 a.m. game in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm paying a lot of money for that. The Fox network with their big noon garbage, they do this to the Big Ten schools, and the Big Ten schools just bend over and say, "Give it to us. We love these 11 a.m. games," but I don't think the fans do. In fact, I know they don't.
Oh, speaking of that, Dan, I forgot that Sam Rowe and Lexi Delbray, former later Gator softball players, played for the Raging Cajuns. I forgot they were there. So thanks for bringing that up. Before we move on, Trent Whittmore, former Gator, now at UCF, will join us, talk about a little bit of UCF, talk about the camp that we talked last week with Creed Whittemore that's going to be held at the Boys Club. Jason, we got to give a shout out to your old alma mater. They're going to the Final Four for the first time in the history of the school in baseball. Your teams couldn't get there.
Well, we had to deal with Tampa Catholic and schools like that had Tino Martinez and Lance McCullers and great players like that were ended up being Major League Baseball players. But we made a good showing for ourselves in the 80s. But this is a big deal. It's rare that teams from North Florida can compete with the teams from Central and South Florida, and they're going to have that chance for a state championship. So let's go black and gold.
Yeah, they are very good. Very, very, very good team. All right, so 31M versus 3:30 in the Swamp. Hot as you know what.
Oh, you bet.
All these early season games should be I disagree, because we will be shaded. Our sideline should be shaded around 3:30, or at least after the first quarter. Their sideline will not.
It'll be hotter than living hell. But no, you're right about that. But QB, this 11 a.m. stuff, I'm not a fan of that. And I don't think any people is. So I'm not going to that Wisconsin-Alabama game. I'll just cancel my room and everything. So I'm not going to do it. And but I'm glad for the SEC. Florida is playing at 3:30. They're going to play probably very few 12 o'clock games. I would not expect a lot of those.
Yeah.
Matt I could be wrong. They might. I don't know.
Matt says on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing. I saw Skylar Wallace got drafted. Who drafted? I don't know. I didn't even know they had the softball draft already.
I didn't know that either. Yeah. Well, yeah. 3:30. Yeah, boy, that is going to be a steamer, but that's okay, QB.
As Tony says, it's hot and muggy no matter what time of the day it is in Gainesville.
Oh, I mean, you're right. Yeah, there'll probably be partly cloudy skies. Don't worry, Ember.
What if it could get delayed a week for a hurricane for all we know?
That's right.
That's when the hurricanes start rolling through the state of Florida. Then we have to worry about it.
And the other hurricane you're talking about, right? The real hurricane.
I'm not talking about the Miami hurricanes. I'm talking about the things that actually do destruction to cities. All right, I'm taking our text line. Chris from Cottondale says Saban retires and now JC isn't a Bama fan. Canceling tickets to games. I'll never forgive Saban for sending JC back to us.
I'm starting to like Chris more and more from Cottonwood. That was funny. I don't know what it is with Big Noon. I don't know why they think that's a good deal. I guess they get good ratings. Because I don't know. Nobody is awake at 11 a.m. for a damn football game. I don't know, man. I can tell you this: that I don't think the folks up north like it, but they get stuck with it. That's what Fox does.
Yeah, they love that noon game for some reason. I hate the noon game.
Oh gosh, I don't like it either. And the local economy doesn't like it either. Let's just be honest. Everybody's going to Waffle House instead of the bar. So now that's not true. I guess a lot of students will party down before that, but it makes for a difficult day, I think, getting up that early. And the players, QB, as a player, you would be able to speak to this. I mean, what time is breakfast for an 11 o'clock game?
Pregame meal is at 7 a.m. You always do pregame meal 4 hours before.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's not fun.
No.
Text on the Titanamore text line. Speaking of high school baseball, the Clay Blue Devils have been delayed for 2 days because of weather out in Tallahassee against Lincoln. Daryl sent that in. Speaking of it, I don't know if people saw this. So there's some school, I can't remember what high school it was, playing Creekside, which is over in St. Johns County. Really good baseball program. This was on, what is today? This was Monday night, I think they were playing, and the weather was terrible, right? So they play like 5 innings or maybe 6 innings. It's like a 1-0 game. And then they cancel the game, and Creekside ends their season, and they don't even let them come back the next day. I don't understand it. The people are raising hell up there in the Jacksonville area about that.
Well, this is Florida. Series. This is a high school Florida sports.
Well, Bucholz was supposed to play Monday night as well. They canceled the entire game, and then they played it yesterday. But can you imagine ending your season on weather?
No.
It's not like it's just a regular season midweek game.
I don't know why that who are the grown-ups in charge of this?
Well, FHSA sometimes I don't know if they made the decision. I know Creekside. There's no way Creekside agreed to do that. I would have raised hell.
So. Yeah, without a doubt. So what about the PGA this weekend, QB? I know we're limited here this morning with time, but we didn't do our picks last couple of weeks.
We're going to do our pick. We'll do them right now. The Peachland Dental, Gator Nation's #1 choice for dentistry in Port Charlotte surrounding areas. Go visit them at peachlanddental.com. I was really busy yesterday traveling. And then I got home late last night, and I just wanted to see what was going on in the sports. Did Rory announce that he's getting a divorce?
He did. He and Erica are calling it quits. She was on his bag for the par 3 tournament at the Masters not very long ago. They looked great. And then Rory goes out and becomes the old Rory last weekend, just a few days ago, shoots an amazing round, and then 2 days later says he's getting divorced, which means he probably knew he was getting divorced 2 days earlier, and maybe that's why he played so well. I don't really know. I have no idea.
Do you think the PGA Tour wives, JC, when you were young and married and you're at the country club and you keep getting the phone call, when are you going to be home? When are you going to be home? Why does it take 4 hours to play golf? Well, we got 4 holes left, and you just keep going back and forth, and they're raising hell. I can't understand why you like to play golf. It takes too long. Do you think the PGA Tour wives have a problem with you being at the golf course all day?
Maybe that's true, but the other good one is, why are you playing tomorrow? Did you say you're going to play tomorrow? So, no, it's, that's funny you say that, but I'm sure it goes deeper than that. They have a child. They have, I think, a 7-year-old child, but he has played really, hasn't won a major since 2014 or even maybe longer than that. It's been over 10 years, or it's been 10 years. The way he played at Quail Hollow tells me that if he plays like that, he's going to win a major. He's just too good. And then we get the news about this divorce thing, and it just seems somewhat coincidental for me. I'm almost thinking he's going to play better now. So you gotta like his chances. And I think the galleries really like Rory McIlroy. He's from Northern Ireland, and for some reason the galleries really like him. But we're going to have a major here where there's going to be plenty of live players, if you will. And I'm still sticking with my assertion that I don't think the live guys are going to be that representative in the top 5 or 10 in this tournament. So I'm not going to pick them, but you can.
All right, so who are you picking first? Scotty
I'm picking Rory McIlroy.
All right, Rory McIlroy for JC. I'm going to go with the live guy.
Oh,
he's
like
one of the only live guys I like.
Okay.
And I just love his demeanor, and he doesn't
you love
around
Brooks
when it comes to majors. I'm going with Koepka.
Yeah, well, and he did win a live tournament here recently.
He's won multiple in the last couple of weeks. So,
he has won multiple. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, he won in China, so that's on the other side of the planet. I'm going to go with the. Go ahead. What are you laughing at?
31 Ember says on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing. Getting married is worse than a case of the yips for a golfer.
I better not say this too loudly here. All right. That's a good pick. I like Brooks. I mean, he does play the PGA. What's he won it? How many times, QB?
3.
Yeah. I mean, this is his trophy. It is his trophy. He loves this trophy. I'm going to go with a guy who's been playing a little bit better here lately. Just kind of quiet, though. I like Jason Day from Australia. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He may break through. He's won the PGA once in his career as well.
All right. I'm going to go with a guy that always plays majors very, very well. Played pretty well this past weekend. The X-Man, Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, poor guy can't get out of second place, though, man. He's close. Colin Morikawa has won the PGA as well in the past. I like him, so give me him as my third pick. We're going to take 4 or 5 or what? 4?
We can do 4. And I'm going to take Victor Hovland.
Now, what's happened to his game this year, there, QB?
Where's he? I think he's going to play well in Lexington.
Okay.
I mean, not at Louisville, I meant.
Louisville, yes, definitely. Well, shoot, if you're going to give me the number 1 guy in the world, I'll take him.
Yeah. You can have Scotty.
I love Scott. Now, he just had a baby, so he might be a little rusty.
Yeah, his wife didn't let him go hit any balls or anything.
Yeah, that's right, and he's probably staying up.
You think he flew coach on Delta back from Austin or wherever the hell he lives?
Probably, yeah, probably.
Had a couple connections.
Got on the Embraer.
I'm going to take Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah. Yeah, and the funny thing is we're going with all these names that are very, very good, and then some guy like Sam Burns is going to run away with it or something. But no, I think it was a good picks. Tell us who we got again. Go through it.
So JC has Rory, Jason Day, Colin Morikawa, and Scotty Scheffler.
Oh man,
I have Koepka, Victor Hovland, Xander Schauffele, and Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah, I'd say you're going with the underdogs if you compare those 4. And that's okay.
Well, I think Brooks is up there, one of the highly favored guys. Joseph says, I don't have any Asians. I don't, not for this week. But look out for Sunjay M. He makes a ton of birdies.
Ben On played fairly well last week as well. He was up there. Sunjay does such a slow backswing and just comes through it. They are very similar in their games. I think these Korean players.
Yeah, and I had something I wanted to bring up, and I just forgot it. Dadgummit.
Golf?
No, I don't think it was about golf.
Okay.
That'll come to me here in a minute, hopefully. In the meantime, live a healthier lifestyle with our bold, flavorful smoothies and our amazing food. Tropical smoothie. When you eat better, you feel better.
QB, go ahead.
Chris says on the Titan More text line, the FHSAA sucks.
I don't understand why they do that.
Oh, I know what I was going to bring up. So, JC, I was up in Georgia yesterday at some of my schools and witnessed. I stayed for about a quarter. Colquitt County scrimmage against Coffee County.
Oh,
my goodness!
Were they slapping?
Neither one of them have great quarterback play. I mean, just bad quarterback play. But you talking about dudes, all over the field,
right?
It's a different world up there.
Well, so lousy quarterbacks, how are they going to get the ball to these dudes out there on the outside?
Well, Coffee won the state title last year. I think mostly running the football.
Okay.
But I'm talking about big jokers.
Yeah.
And dudes that look pretty in their uniform and can run.
I think it really just shows you why Georgia's really done so well here lately in the last, I guess, 10 years since Kirby got there. He's got such a fertile recruiting base in Georgia. And, Saban used to go into Georgia all the time and pick players out of there. It's just a great place for high school football. And I would say it's up there with, maybe not numbers wise, but on a relative basis or on a per capita basis, it's definitely up there with Florida and Texas because of all the athletes there.
Oh, but the facilities blow them away. I mean, I know Texas, but Texas, a lot of those schools share those facilities.
They do.
There ain't no sharing here because they're like 30 miles apart and cotton fields. But it's a different world. And it's very cool to me.
Yeah. It's great high school. It's what they prioritize in that part of the country, dude. And that is the truth. I mean, you don't find this in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. You see it in a place like Georgia. It's a lot more rural. One of the reasons why they have to share those facilities in Dallas QB is just pure population base. Yeah. I mean, the Metroplex in Dallas, they have a stadium that costs $60 million in McKinney, Texas, and it hosts 3 schools, McKinney Boyd, McKinney High, and another one. Whereas Allen, right across the interstate there, is on its own hosting the Allen team. And I think that's just all population centered. But Georgia is really, really, it's always been a great place for high school football, as we know. Yeah. And Georgia University.
Reggie says on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mello, that's because coaches know they get paid in Georgia. Yes, a lot.
They do. That's
absolutely. Florida is just a teacher's rate. And plus you throw in the booster money. It's cool. It's very cool. We got a text here on the Titan our text line from Timmy. He wants to know our thoughts on the baseball team. Do we think they can get 2 out of 3 at Georgia? It's possible. I mean, they've had their opportunities. Here's the problem. They have to get 2 out of 3. But then you got to win a couple to stay above 500 in the SEC tournament.
Did you find out about that SEC tournament?
Yes. As long as they are at 500 or better, when they are done participating, they have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament, which they will get. They will be like a 3 seed somewhere. But think about it. I mean, I guess if you win, what is our record right now? Are we 1 game over or I don't even have it in front of me. But if you win 2 there and you lose your opener, and I don't even know if it's double elimination. I thought they went back to single elimination, but maybe that's next year they're doing that in the tournament. Anyway.
Okay.
Like Tony says, he wished we would have played somebody last night in baseball. I read somewhere where we couldn't find a midweek game this late in the year. So anyway.
Well, yeah, and it's ironic. We kept harping during the year that the midweek games didn't really mean anything. It means everything now as far as record.
Well, I mean, this is the one year when it matters. I mean, last year we played for the national title and lost to JU and Stetson or somebody.
That's true.
I still don't think they matter. Nobody's ever going to convince me they matter because
they do.
You're not going to change. Okay, they matter. But it's not like Sully says we're going to go try to lose because, as we stated yesterday on the program, our lineup was the same every game. It wasn't like we put Cags on the bench to rest. We had the same batting lineup. Now, we may have had a few changes, whether it was righty versus lefty, things of that nature. But, again, you can't pitch who you think your best pitchers are because you have to save them for SEC play.
Yeah. Well, so I just wish
they do matter, but they don't matter.
I just wish it had gone better for Jack in his assumed last season at Florida.
Yeah, I agree totally. Van Der says on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plum. My wife put my golf clubs on one side of the door and my twins on the other side. And she asked, "What are you going to do?"
That's great. It's just something you have to get. You got to find a golf wife. That's what you got to find, right?
Yeah, but you got to find somebody that they like golf, but don't let them play with you. Send them to another course.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times they're just needing help with kids and stuff. That's part of it. But
yeah, that's pretty funny. For sure.
Funny. I like that.
All right. Well, JC, real quick, what's happening in hockey before we get you out of here?
Well, the Florida Panthers are up 3-2 on the Bruins, and they could close it out tomorrow night in Boston. Or no, 2 nights from now in Boston if they win game 6. The Dallas Stars are on the brink of eliminating the Colorado Avalanche. That is an upset, if you ask me, and they are up 3-1, and they can close out the Avs tonight in Dallas. The Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks are tied 2-2, and the New York Rangers are trying to close out the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes at Madison Square Garden, it's a 3-2. No, I'm sorry. This game 6 will be in Raleigh. It's in Raleigh. So Carolina's going to try to force a game 7 against the Rangers. The Rangers have had a history of blowing leads in series. They have had that history, and the history could rear its ugly head if Carolina wins. If Carolina wins game 6, I predict they're going to win game 7 as well. The Rangers just don't have that history. Now, if Rangers can win tonight, look out. They could win the whole East. So it's going to be, I think it's exciting. You look at these crowds, you look at this turnout, you look at the television ratings, it's all up. So.
Oh, so C. Irby says, I thought Shane picked Hideki. Is Hideki not Asian anymore? No, he meant Korean. I always take South Koreans. Yes. I think they're really good golfers.
They are very good golfers.
Yeah, but Hideki is still Asian.
He is Japanese.
I can't believe I didn't take one of those guys.
Well, you want to pick a 5th? I mean, are there rules here that say you can't pick a 5th?
Oh, we got a text here from Robert. He wants to know, do y'all think Tiger makes the cut?
Yeah.
I say no.
You say no? It's going to be hard.
This ain't Augusta National.
Right. Well, I thought he played well at this course. Does he not play well at this course? His history.
Well, anyway. He probably did 10 years ago. I mean, how many times did he play there?
I'm going to be opposite of you just to do it and say he does make the cut, but that he struggles on the weekend.
Well, I don't know if it tells me on this app. No, it doesn't tell me.
Well, I think he'll make the cut, but struggle on the weekend. I'll say that just to be different.
I saw a picture of the rough yesterday, and I don't know if that's on every hole, but good Lord.
Yeah. It's going to be a real tournament. I think the bigger question would be, what will the winning score be? And I'm going to say somewhere around -8.
Well, Tony says the fairways are wide and the rough isn't bad unless you're way off.
Then I'll say -13.
Yeah, if the fairways are wide and the rough ain't bad, these boys will tear it up. That's how good they are.
That is how good they are. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to be in Annandale in Madison, Mississippi, baby, at a bigger tournament, the quail hunt, as they call it. And the quail hunt in Madison, Mississippi is an annual thing at the Annandale Golf Club, which actually used to hold some
the Sanderson tournament.
Yeah, it used to hold that. So that's a great course. Can't wait to get up there, and I'll be doing the show Friday morning from beautiful Madison, Ridgeland County. No, Ridgeland.
Are you going to do it from Rebels Porch, or are you going to do it from Annandale Golf Club?
We're going to do it from Rebels Porch and listen to the birds. You talk about birds. You think I got some birds. Wait till you hear the Rebel Bird concert that's going to go on during the podcast on Friday morning, brother. But then we go to Annandale. They'll have the Scottish bagpipes out there. You talk about fast greens, it's going to be nothing will be faster than that, although they've had a lot of rain, so maybe that'll help a little bit for us guys that have struggles on fast greens. And it's going to be thrilling. I got my uniforms today sent in, embroidered initials. I can't wait for the quail hunt, as they call it, in Annandale.
All right, JC. We'll enjoy. Yep. Hit them straight. Hit them
That'll
straight.
Be on Friday morning.
Don't
Friday
four-putt
morning.
multiple times like you normally do.
That'll be Friday morning, and I'll let you know. But yeah, Rebel's got the. You talk about birds now. This guy's got an atrium. It's unbelievable. He loves birds. So.
All right, that's JC joining us on the Titan More Hotline. Going to take a quick timeout. Come back. We'll be joined by Trent Whittmore, former Gator, now UCF Knight. Get his thoughts on their season. They come to the Swamp. And also, he'll be helping his brother, Creed Whittemore, with their big football camp this weekend at the boys' club. We'll be right back.
You said they come.
We want to take this moment to thank our sponsors who keep the show going and pay the bills. Our premium sponsors are Crime Prevention Security Systems, large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Titan MRI, Gainesville's only locally owned and operated MRI facility. Meldon Law, the only official injury and accident law attorneys of the Florida Gators. Peachland Dental, Gator Nation's first choice for dentistry in Port Charlotte. QC Kinetics, Live pain-free with QC Kinetics. Campus USA. Put some star power to work in your financial life with Campus USA Credit Union.
Comfort Temp. Comfort is our business. Peace of mind is our promise.
Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch. Our gridiron sponsors are UF Bookstores, Silverback Concrete, Ruse Ogre State Farm Insurance, Radware, F45, Quality Plumbing. Our touchdown sponsors are Adams Ribs, Gator Dominoes, Celebrate Primary Care, Gator Bait Media, Okido America, Style Cuts, Ironwood Golf Course, Big Mills Cheesesteak, McDonald's of Gainesville, 84 Lumber, Dowling Signs, Baker Sporting Goods. If you're interested in promoting your business on the show, call Freddie at 352-284-3733. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to follow us and support the businesses that support us.
The Fisher House is here for the families and veterans that come here to the VA for serious treatment. And we're here to give them a home away from home.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to our house.
Really blown away with the level of care, the level of service that they offer here. Some of it may be more routine, and some of it may be like, we gotta go now.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a ton to be said for coming through for people that chose a path, a little bit different path. That's why we're here today.
We're here to present these wonderful jerseys that Coach Billy Napier has so graciously given to the Fisher House that are going to be auctioned for the benefit of the house.
Anytime that we have a chance to give back to people who chose a career and a life of service and put their life at risk, right, to protect the simple things that we have access to each day, I think it's important that we do that. These jerseys are all for sale. They're on auction as we speak, right? And that goes all the way up until May 25th. I think this is an opportunity to not only purchase a pretty cool item, but also help the Fisher House at the same time.
We have 20 suites here at our house. That gives us the ability to serve between 1,200 and 1,500 families a year. It's for the serious treatment, the crisis in their life. So it's here that they find the comfort, find camaraderie with fellow guests. They're all going through the same thing at the same time. So they find that they're not alone here.
I would encourage anybody to do their homework on the Fisher House and get behind this cause.
Welcome back to the Crime Prevention Security System Studios, large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Ruse Ogre State Farm Office is a team of dedicated insurance professionals ready to help life go right with the right insurance options for you and your family. Visit ogreinsurance.com. Give them a call at 352-240-1779. We're going to go back to the Titan & More hotline, courtesy of Comfort Temp, and we're joined by former Gator, current UCF Knight, Trent Whittmore. Good morning, Trent. How you doing, bud?
Morning, Coach. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, let everybody know you're now a married man. How's married life treating you?
It's going well. Married. Got a little black lab who wakes me up early in the morning to feed him breakfast. So we got some different responsibilities, cleaning the house a little more. Yeah, so I'd say it's been good for me.
I just had a conversation with JC about how when you get married and you go play golf, you get all these texts like, why does it take so long? When are you going to be home? Why, you text back, I got four more holes in it. That takes another hour and a half. Have you had that experience yet, Trent?
I have, yeah. Your time is not always your time anymore. And hunting and golfing and things like that become it's not a leisurely activity anymore. Sometimes you're rushing to finish when your phone's blowing up. But
yeah, that's fine. And correct me if I'm wrong, the girl you married, her dad is now the AD at Missouri, right?
He is, yeah. Huge congrats to Laird Veach on breaking into the SEC. Very well deserved, and I can't wait to see what he does over the next couple of years.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we talk about your brother's camp that you'll be helping with this weekend, we had Creed on last week. Let's talk a little bit about UCF. This is your final year there. What's it like playing for Gus Malzahn?
I like playing for Coach Gus. I think he reminds me a lot of a high school coach with the atmosphere he creates. So he's very, very down to earth. Makes everybody feel like family. I think that he's a he's simple when it comes to his game plans and things like that, but he's also very effective. So I've enjoyed playing for him. Somebody that I had a relationship with since high school, and it's been cool to play for him.
Let's talk about your quarterback. I know you're pretty close with John Rice Plumley, who's now long gone. I think he signed with the Steelers. But KJ Jefferson, which a lot of our listeners are very familiar with all the years at Arkansas. What kind of player is he, and how big is he?
He's huge. To start off, he's going to be very physically dominant, I believe. I think he will fit Coach Malzahn's style really well. And then I don't know if people have been paying attention, but we've made quite a run in the portal, and we have some great players already. So we got some weapons for him, and I'm just really excited to see what we can do in the fall. So.
So last year was the first year that UCF went into the Big 12. What was that adjustment like? I mean, obviously you played in the SEC, but now you're going playing the Oklahomas, those type of teams. What was the big difference that y'all had to make, or that Gus Malzahn? I mean, obviously he knew about playing big time football, but what was the biggest difference for the UCF football program going to the Big 12?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was my first year in the Big 12, and I was coming from the SEC. So personally, maybe it wasn't a huge change, but I think maybe for the team overall, it's just the grind of that a Power Five season where every week you're playing a team that's got talent, got guys, and no week's a gimme. I think this fall will be better prepared for like the rigors of that type of schedule and hopefully handle it better than we did last year, and hopefully that'll result in more wins.
Joseph's question for you on Facebook Live brought to you by Mel Law. He wants to know what's the biggest difference between the UCF program and the Florida program.
Biggest difference, I mean, overall, college ball is college ball. I would say, um, hmm, Malzahn, I think, creates like I kind of said it. He creates a really good family atmosphere. Not that other coaches don't, but that's one thing that stands out. I don't know if it's a difference, but that's one thing that stands out about him.
This is year 3 for you at UCF, right?
Too.
Year 2. Okay. Um, Kind of piggybacking off what Joseph said. Obviously, UCF's kind of built their program. They were in the American, and then last year going to the Big 12. Um, are they recruiting a different type of player now than they
Yeah,
used to because they're now playing Power Five football?
yeah, I would say 100%. I think the pull to be able to get those type of players is stronger now that we do play, a Power Five schedule. And obviously, Coach Malzahn's been known to be a great recruiter. He's been doing a great job of that, I think. Whether it's high school kids or through the portal, we're getting players that maybe would have been harder to sign at UCF maybe 2, 3 years ago. But he's doing a great job of it, and the resources that will be available to UCF through, the Big 12 conference share and things of that matter will really propel them forward over the next 5 years or so, I believe.
Got a text here on the Take No Mark text line from Jim. He says, Trent, when your mom, how do your mom and dad decide who to go watch on Saturdays? Do they come to Orlando, or do they go to Starkville, or do they just travel, or pick and choose?
Yeah, it's kind of a pick and choose thing. Now with dad coaching again, man, they're going to be busy. They like to maybe hit a venue they've never been to. If I'm going somewhere that's not too far, I go out west a lot this year, but if I'm going somewhere that's not too far that maybe dad's never been, he'll say, "Who I want to hit that one." Or if Creed's playing a away game that is closer than Starkville is to Gainesville, they'll hit that one. So it's kind of just a hodgepodge as far as that goes, but they try to get to as many games as they can.
What's the farthest out west y'all go this year?
Arizona State, I believe.
Oh, so they're in the Big 12. Them in Arizona now, right?
Them in Arizona. Yeah, Colorado. Colorado comes to us, but I think we go to Iowa
Oh,
State as well, which will be a haul. So pretty
yeah,
unique.
Yeah, those are some long trips, no question about it. All right, so UCF comes back to the swamp. How excited are you come back and play in the swamp?
I'm really excited. It will be a weird feeling. Just obviously a place I put blood, sweat, and tears into to be on that home sideline and run out and those things, which is not something that I take lightly. But I am very excited to be back and hopefully try to get a win. So, like I said, it'll be an interesting feeling, but I'm excited.
William on the Titan MR text line says, "Did you graduate from the University of Florida, or are you a grad student now at UCF?"
I graduated from UF. Yes, I'm alumni, and very thankful to be able to do that. And then I'm also I have a master's here at UCF.
What's your master's in?
It is in public admin and communications.
All right, so you already got your master's, or you're doing your master's now?
I'm actually already finished with it. So
All right, so in your final year here, you have to, I don't know if the rules have changed, but you have to have 12 hours, right, to be eligible to play.
correct.
So what are you doing now?
I'm just back in some undergrad classes, kind of staying eligible.
That's what. So I graduated early,
Uh-huh.
and then for the fall, I was in grad school in sports administration just to be eligible to play.
Right.
And I never did anything with it. Probably should have, but all right. Let's talk about your brother, which when Coach DiBernardo talked to me about this camp that's going to be this weekend at the Boys Club, thought it was a tremendous idea because I've told them these kids have no idea who myself or Doug Johnson or Travis or anybody to come help. It's going to be current players like yourself, your brother, and others that are going to be working with these kids, which they know who you guys are. I just think it's a great idea. You looking forward to it?
I am looking forward to it. Just to speak on exactly what you were just saying, I believe it's a great idea to have Creed. I know Gavin from UF, Donnie up at FSU, Cam Orth is going to come back in town and help out with QBs over at the Boys and Girls Club. And I, like you said, Coach DiBernardo has done a great job kind of putting it all together, and I think it's a great opportunity for all the kids in town.
Yeah, and that's going to be this Saturday, correct? What
It
time?
is.
Zach, if we can put that information back up, do you know if it's sold out, if there's still spots available?
I believe there's still a couple spots available. Registration is possible there at the camp, which starts at 9. It's obviously this Saturday, May 18th, at the Boys and Girls Club. Lunch will be provided. Obviously, entire camp will be coached by current college players and made possible by a couple of the following sponsors: Reeling for Kids, Mark McGriff at State Farm, the Orthopedic Institute, Silverback Concrete, and GFL Environmental. So another huge shout out to those groups there for helping us out and helping these kids out to have a great day of football.
All right, we got another text on the Titan Mark text line from Jonathan. He says, "Trent, were you surprised that your dad went back to coaching? What made him go back?"
Nah, I wasn't too surprised. I think he was itching a little bit, to be honest. I think it ended up just kind of being a shoe-in opportunity as Coach Bell is expecting another one to his great family. He and his wife are, and it was just kind of an opportunity for my dad to step in and help him out and get to hopefully coach Andrew here for a couple years, who's um, I believe will be a pretty good quarterback in his own right. So I think it was just a great opportunity for him. Was able to be of assistance to Coach Bell, and like I said, just kind of a shoe-in opportunity.
All right, so we had a couple people ask here, kind of like, what does your schedule look like? I think you told me before we came on air, you have about a week off, and then y'all start preparation with your strength and conditioning and all that kind of stuff. Kind of give us a rundown of what your life's going to be like for the next few months till y'all go to camp.
Yeah, so right now is every college football player's favorite time of year. We get a couple weeks off. You go see buddies. I end up fishing with Luke Matthews, things like that. And then we'll pick back up here in a week. And what you do is, well, at least here at UCF, we work out every morning. Twice a week, we will throw and do what we call captain's practice, which is when the players get out there and we go through some 7-on-7 and those types of things. You're able to get weekends off through the summer most of the time. And then we take July 4th off, and then we get a small break before the last week of July. And then we open up on a Thursday. So we will start camp 3 to 4 days earlier than everybody else. And then you go straight through with off days here and there, but never truly off for about 30 days. And that's more of your like 12-hour days. But over the summer, it's probably, I don't know the technical rule, but you're probably up there 5 to 6 hours a day. And summer's not too bad. It really kicks into gear when camp starts.
Bob wants to know, do you plan on staying in the Orlando area when you're done playing?
I wouldn't mind that. I think it depends on where a future occupation takes me. I would like to get into some sort of sports admin when I'm completely done with football. So wherever that takes me, but I think I do see myself moving back to the state of Florida at some point. It's just too nice here to move back.
Well, you got a built-in deal already at Missouri for sports administration.
Yeah,
right?
I do know some good people for sports admins. So I should probably give it a whirl.
Yeah. This text from William, is the other kid from Bucholz, the wide receiver that signed a couple of years, still at UCF? I don't remember his name.
He might be referring to Quan Lee. He is not. He's at FAMU, but I do believe he'll be helping coach kids on Saturday at Creed's camp. Okay. So yeah, he's doing well at FAMU.
Awesome. Well, Trent, we appreciate your time. Good luck. Be cool to see you back in the swamp, and have a good off season. And appreciate you taking the time, and have a good camp this weekend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Coach. Thanks for helping promote this camp, and I'll talk to you soon.
Anytime. That's Trent Whittmore, former Gator, now UCF Knight. Join us on the Titan More Highline, courtesy of Comfort Temp. Take a quick time out, come back, wrap up this Wednesday edition.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith understands your joint pain.
It does not surprise me that there are a ton of people out there that's in pain.
That's why Emmitt is such a proponent of QC Kinetics, offering real lasting joint pain relief with non-surgical, all-natural biologic treatments.
Whether it's a joint pain, ankle pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, hip pain, any kind of pain, the body eventually will break down when it's under that much stress.
That stress can cloud your judgment to the point that you'll just say yes to the scalpel or yes to another prescription of pain pills. But maybe it's time for a second opinion from QC Kinetics.
The reason why I would recommend this is because the natural biologics that QC Kinetics is providing you gives your body a chance to naturally heal itself.
Restorative, regenerative solutions are here. Get lasting relief and live your life.
Call QC Kinetics 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. QC Kinetics 352-400-4550.
Hi there, this is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that by popular demand, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet. You have spoken, we have listened, and we're now serving Gainesville's only elevated buffet, complete with an omelet station, ginger sage chicken sausage, shredded short rib, and of course our chicken and waffles. Plus, you can enjoy bottomless, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
Welcome back to the Crime Prevention Security System Studios, large enough to serve you, small enough to carry. This day in sports brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Put some star power to work in your financial life at Campus USA Credit Union. In 2016 at the TPC, this is back when they used to have the tournament over at Sawgrass during this time of the year. World number one and reigning PGA champion Jason Day of Australia leads wire to wire to win by 4 strokes of Kevin Chappell. So that's this day in sports brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Don't forget Gator Golf today. Need to finish in the top 5 to advance out to California. I think they will do that. Baseball cranks up tomorrow for the final series. Boy, be nice to sweep somehow if we can do that. And then softball cranks up noon against Florida Gulf Coast at KSP. So should be a lot of fun. I think those games are all televised as well. JC and I did our Peachland Dental, Gator Nation's choice for dental care down in Port Charlotte. And JC took Roy McElroy, Jason Day, Colin Morikawa, and Scotty Scheffler. I took Brooks Koepka, Victor Hovland, Xander Schauffele, and Hideki Matsuyama. So should be a lot of fun. Love the major championships at Valhalla and Louisville. Played that course a couple of times, as I mentioned earlier in the week when I was with the Bengals. Carson Palmer and I used to go over there and play it. Carson got us on. I didn't get us on, but it was fun. Really good golf course, and should be a lot of fun. We'll see. A lot of people want to know our thoughts if Tiger will make the cut. I say no. JC says yes. I'm not rooting against Tiger. I just know how good these damn kids are on this tour. It's crazy, crazy how good they are in today's world. You know, I saw a thing the other day. I was flipping on the Golf Channel. They were just talking about the talent now compared. You know, they were bringing up what Scotty Scheffler's been doing, and never take away what Jack Nicklaus or Tiger has done. But from a talent standpoint, from top to bottom on tour, it's like night and day compared to when those guys were in their heyday. But they're the greatest of all time for sure. Again, don't forget Comfort Temp Heating and Air is looking for an enthusiastic, motivated comfort specialist to join our team. $1,000 signing bonus after 90 days, awesome benefits, and the opportunity to grow with the winning team. Apply today at comforttemp.com. Comfort Temp Heating and Air. Comfort is their business, peace of mind is our promise. Tomorrow we'll have Brent Beard do a little college football roundup. We'll also, we may talk a little high school sports, but we're also supposed to have Miles Graham, now Gator linebacker, on. Hopefully that works out. We're trying to tweak it with his workout schedule. So appreciate everybody tuning in today. J&J Trucking on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing, says what happened with him in Florida. Trent just wasn't getting an opportunity. Actually, Ricky Pearsall came in and took the spot that he plays. So Trent's a very good football player. Needed a new place to go, and has had some success at UCF, and he'll be in the swamp this fall in the black and gold of the UCF Knights. So have a great day out there, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Take care.